Hi everyone, welcome back to Megan's Creative Arts. Today I have a fun 3-colored mosaic square for you. So this is the actual square, and then this is 4 of them together, so you can see how it makes this beautiful design, kind of like a Celtic knot. So today this is where it's going to be adding to what we already have. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook. I have some scissors and a needle for sewing in the ends, or if you have more than a few squares, you can sew them together. This is what the back looks like. We will be taking our unused yarn and weaving it in back behind us because we do change colors quite a bit. So I will be showing you how to hide your non-working yarn as we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So again, you can use any 3 colors you would like. I am going to be using, well, the 3 that you saw. So we're going to start with a magic ring. So if you're not familiar with the magic ring, I'm just going to grab my tail here. Doesn't need to be too long. We need to cross it over, take our hook and grab that crossed over yarn, and then do just a little chain to lock it in place. So here's our ring that we're going to be working with, and our tail. We do need to go over our tail as we work, because when we pull the ring closed, we just pull on the tail and it closes the ring. So to start, we're going to chain 3, and then do 2 double crochets. I like to put my pinky in the ring to kind of hold it. So there's 1 double crochet. And again, I'm going over both strands of yarn, the actual ring and my tail. There's 2. So that's one side of our granny square. We're going to chain 2 for the corner, then do 3 more double crochets, chain 2 for the next corner. And if you think your ring is getting a little too big, you can always just pull on the tail to make your ring smaller. So 3 double crochets. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining us today. I am trying a different angle on my camera. So if you like this angle, give me a thumbs up. And if you don't like the angle, just give me a comment below so I know. All right, so we've done 3 sides. Got my chain 2. We need to do 3 more double crochets and chain 2 again to finish it. Two and 3, chain 2. Now I'm going to pull on, I'm holding my work and I'm pulling on the tail to close the ring a little. You don't have to pull it too tight yet. And in the 3rd chain from where we started, I'm just going to slip stitch to close this round. pull on my magic ring tail a little more so that closes it out a little better. This is the only time you're going to see me finish off on this one, is after the first round, because we don't need this color till round 4. So don't need this one for a little while. All right, so we're going to grab our second color. So that's my darker teal color, and we're going to start in one of the corners. You can choose whichever corner you like. I am just going to slip stitch this on here. Oh. Let me actually grab both of them. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna try and work over these two as I go. So I'm hiding it behind where I'm working. So using our working yarn, I'm going to single crochet and then chain 2 and do 2 double crochets in the corner. This is the start of our corner granny square. 1 and 2. Now I need to get the third color. You'll see there's a lot of changing colors on this one. So to add the next color, I'm actually going to take out my last little, not quite the whole stitch, but I'm just going to use my third color to start. Okay, so now we have all of these little pieces we're trying to hide. I like to twist them together. You guys can see. So I am twisting the yarn pieces together that I am not using, so the unused ends, I'm just kind of twisting together and holding behind my work with one finger. So we're going to do the next corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So there's 1. As you can see, I'm working around all of my tails or unused yarn as I'm working. 2, 3, 2 chains, and then 3 more double crochets, and go ahead and grab your yarn. We're going to change back to our second color right here. Pull on that just a little. So this is like where I tend to trim off any ends. All right, so now I just have my magic ring, and I wait till the end for that one. And then I have colors 2 and 3 that I'm working with. So we've switched back to color 2. We're going to work our next corner, which again is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. If you saw my third color was peeking out a little, so I just pulled on the tail for it. And we're gonna switch back to color 3. Do our corner. So again, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and our 3 double crochets. We're going to switch back to color 2 right here. And do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then we'll slip stitch to join. So I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that I had done. There we go. So that is the end of round 2. We're going to start round 3 with color 2 again. And we're going to single crochet into this corner to start our granny square. Chain 2, so this counts as your first double crochet. We're going to do 2 double crochets, go, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets between these next 2 granny square spaces. I didn't grab my third color, so kind of have a long way that it's going around, but I got to switch to color 3 after this. Go. All right, so switch to color 3. Kind of hide that later. That's what we have so far. So we're going to work our corner, which again is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. We're hiding our unused color behind our working color. There's 3, chain 2, and then we're going to do 3 more double crochets to make our granny space right here between our last 2. And then we're going to switch back to color 2 and do the same thing as we work around. So this is less about the actual stitches as it is the color pattern and changes. Three, So now I'm going to do my 3 double crochets with color 2 right here, making sure I'm still pulling my unused yarn with me. 2 and 3, we're gonna switch back to color 3 and do the same thing. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. See more videos like this. Two, three. So here's what we have so far. We're almost done with round 3. Just making sure I have my unused yarn behind where I'm working, because we're switching back to color 2. Pulling a little more yarn out. Chain 2, and now we need to get color A back in, or the first color. Go ahead and grab that. We're going to insert our hook into the top of our chain 3, and this time we're going to slip stitch our first color onto it. Go. Pull that a little tighter. And now we're going to start with color A. So for our first color, round 4, everyone can see, there we go. So round 4, we're going to do like we did before. We're going to single crochet with our working color. I'm still dragging my unused yarn with me. So I'm chaining 2. This creates our first double crochet. We're going to do 2 double crochets right next to it for our granny stitch. And we need to switch to color B, or your second color. Grab that. So this is definitely not one for beginners, just because of all the color changing. And again, I like to twist my unused yarn together just a little. Just twist it around a little so it helps keep it where it needs to be. So I'm going to do 3 double crochets between these granny stitches. And one more time, we're going to use color 2 or color B, to do 3 double crochets. Cut this off right there. And we're going to switch back color A and do our corner. Right. So again, corners are always going to be 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and if your non-working yarn likes to peek out a little, you can just pull it a little and twist it around. We're going to switch to color 3. Go. All right, so now we're going to use color 3 here. You can see how round 4 is going. This is a 6 round granny square. 2. And we're gonna switch back to color A, or your first color, to do the corner. So you're gonna keep going. So I'm gonna do the corner with color A, making sure I'm wrapping around my unused yarn. Then I'm going to switch to color B and do the sides for 2 granny stitches. Switch back to color A, your first color, do it for the corners, and then color C. And I will meet you over here when we're finishing round 4 with color A. So again, the corners for round 4 are color A. The sides are going to be whatever your color is right here. So I'm going to switch to my second color for granny squares here, color A for the corner, my third color for the side, and then switch back to color A, and I will meet you back over here. Okay, so we are back at the end of round 4. And we're going to be sticking with your first color. So I'm just going to slip stitch to join. So this is approximately what round 4 looks like, or what you should have. Again, your colors are probably different. And I bet yours is just as beautiful. So this is where I stopped, and I untwisted most of my yarn, because as you're changing colors, they do twist around quite a bit. So I did untwist most of my yarn. I do it normally at the end of round 4 and 5. So we're going to start round 6 with color A. I'm sorry, round 5 with color A. And like the previous one, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and this is the start of our granny stitch. Then we're going to switch to our second color. I'm just going to go ahead and grab that. And again, I'm twisting my unused yarn a little to keep it behind where I'm working. we're going to do our granny stitch. Twice. And then we're going to switch back to color A, or your first color. When I wrote out this pattern, I just wrote colors A, B, and C. So again, one more granny stitch in the side. Two, three. Now we're switching back to color A, or your first color. And we're going to do 3 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. We're going to go back and undo this. I told you the wrong color. I need color C, your third color. So let's take that out. All right, color C, or your third color. We need to do 3 double crochets for your granny stitch. Now we're going to switch back to color 2 or color B, however you would like to keep track of them. And we're going to use color B or color 2 twice. Then go back to color A. If you ever need to pause or stop and unravel or untwist some of your yarn, that's perfectly fine. We're going to do our corner with color A for round 5. Again, corners are 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. 2, 3. We're going to switch back to color B for 1 granny stitch, and then to color C, or your third color, for 2 more granny stitches. As you can see, this one's a little complicated once we get to the last 2 rounds because we're switching colors so often. But it makes such a beautiful design. I love it. Alright, we're switching back to our first color for the corner. Again, I'm always twisting my unused yarn kind of where I'm going to be working so it stays in place. So I'd like you to keep going. So you're going to finish out your corner with your first color. Do 1 granny stitch of color C, 2 of color B. Again, your corner is your color A. 1 granny stitch of color B, 2 of color C, and then I will meet you here at the next corner, or the last corner, where we're going to slip stitch together. All right. Okay, and we're back. The end of round 5. Round 5, I'm going to slip stitch to join. So this is what yours should approximately look like. Again, your colors are probably a little different. We're going to be doing the last round, so round 6. We're going to do the same thing like we did in the first corner. We're going to do single crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets to start, and I'm going to switch to our third color, color C. Again, I did unravel or detangle some of my yarn, so please feel free to do so. All right, in between these 2 granny stitches, we're going to do our 3 double crochets, which is the granny stitch. We're going to do this twice. Then we're going to switch to our second color. And we're going to do the same thing, do 3 granny stitches. Sorry, 3 double crochets for our granny stitches twice. Just pulling a little more yarn out. And we're going to switch back to color A, your first color, for the corner. I did not detangle mine that well. I'm having a harder time getting my yarn to come through. There we go. So I need to switch back to color A. Hope everyone can see this. So I'm doing the corner with color A, still My unused yarn is still coming around with me. I just try to keep it tucked behind where I'm working. See it peeking out there, I just pull on it a little and it goes back where it needs to. So chain 2, 3 more double crochets. We're going to switch to color B for your second color. We're going to do 2 of those, then switch back to color C, your third color. So basically you're just doing 2 granny stitches for each color as you go around. The corners, of course, are your first color. Go. You can see how that's working. Switching back to our third color. So I'd like you to keep going. Pause the video if you need to, but you're going to do 2 granny stitches of your third color, 2 granny stitches of your second color. Again, the corner is going to be your first color. You'll do 2 of color 2, 2 of color 3, and then I will meet you back here at our next corner and we will finish it off. Okay, I am coming close to the end of my last round, round 6. I wanted to show you, yes, I am still tangled and wrapped around each other from twisting so much. And we no longer need color 2, so I am trimming this off. So I can pull one color out. Just finishing with color A, or your first color. Two, 3, chain 2, and slip stitch in. And now I can trim this one off, leave a little bit of a tail so you can weave it in. This is what your square should look like approximately. I mean, your colors are going to be different. And here's where you get to weave in these special ends. So I'm just going to start with color A and work my way in. Right. So not sure you can see, but I'm just trying to weave it in where some of those other colors, similar colors are. Making sure I kind of knot it together to hold it in place. And you won't see my needle come out the front. I'm only trying to keep it along the back. I like to trim as I go. Now I have my third color here. I'm just going to weave it back through a little. Try to keep it weaving where that color normally is. And kind of knot it in there a little. And now all I have left is my magic ring. I'm going to make sure that's nice and tight. We're going to knot it closed and weave in the end a little. I'm just making a quick knot, and then I'm just going around the circle to weave it in. You don't have to go all the way around, whatever you would like to do, but this is what the back looks like. Not as pretty as the front. And when you have at least a few squares, you can weave it in. Now, when I weave it together, pretty side down, facing each other, and I go, well, it's going to actually be like this. Make sure you match. And I only use the back loops. So the back loop on this one and the back loop on this one. And you match them together. So I'd actually start over here in the corner. Normally I would have two, and then I would put them together and just go all the way down. When I do the middle, I do it a couple times. Make sure they're nice and tight where they're joining, but you just go in the back loops only for all the different colors. I did not color coordinate and switch colors every time. I, if you can see, only used my second color to do the weaving, and it's whatever you would like to do. I did not feel like switching colors every time I switched colors for my blocks. So this one would actually go about here. And then I would have another one over here. So that is the 3-color Mosaic granny square. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And as you can hear, my family's home, so I gotta go. Bye.